Good morning, everyone. Today I'm continuing with the third video for this week, and my house is nice and quiet. My kids are at school, the baby monitor is off, so I'm hoping that we can finish this lesson. Okay, I'm looking at the one that where we stopped last time, and I noticed here that my date became hashes. Now, as you can see, my date is still there. You can see it's 1 September 2020 there, but obviously the column is too small. But let's see what happens when I format it. Okay, so we are continuing from here, and the next instruction that they give us is to add a sparkline chart. Add and format a sparkline chart. Okay. So just after total, you are going to enter the word chart. And what's nice about the alignment is it will automatically change to 45 degrees because Excel is kind of reading your mind and saying, oh, I guess it should be the same. And obviously it should be the same because otherwise it's going to look really strange if we change that to be horizontal or whatever. Okay. Now the sparkline chart that we are inserting is not available if you are using a very old version of Microsoft. I'm not sure how old, but it is something that came in the past few years and it is really nice. Okay, now they want us to insert a tiny little chart over here where you see the word chart in I4, and they want the chart to represent, for example, each line, each row. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you are in the right block, in other words in I4, and then when you click on insert, you will see that there next to charts and map tours you will see sparklines. So there's a couple of them, and they want us to choose I think they want us to choose the column one now, but we are going to change it to something else later. So all you do is you click on column, okay, and now it wants a data range, okay. So I'm just taking this box and I'm moving it down. You can move any box as long as you click inside the top section. Okay, now I'm selecting my range. Do not select the total. Why not? Because the total is obviously a representation of all the other months. And you're going to get a massive, huge, long line for total, which you don't want. Okay, so you're just going to go like this. And so where do you want the sparkline in I4, which is something that we did not enter because we clicked in there first. So now you can click on OK, and here you see your tiny little sparkline chart. Okay. And you know what's so nice about this is you can actually drag it down and it will create a chart for all your little lines. It's lovely. Okay, now we want to change the style, okay, of the sparkline. So I'm going to select all of them again. And then you notice here, you can have type of sparkline. You can also have a style. All right, now we are going to change it to a line. So very easy, you just click on the one that says line, and they want us to change the style of the sparkline as well. In fact, I think it's the right one as it is. But remember, if you get a certain name in your homework, just hold your mouse there and you will see. This one is accent 4, no dark or light. This one is accent 3, dark, 25%. So depending on the name they tell you in your instructions, that is the one that you're going to use. Okay, so let's say I choose that one. Obviously, if you want to change it back to column, you can just change it back to column. I think in your instructions on this, in your slides, you are going to change it back to column. Alrighty, so we are now going to format our spreadsheet a little bit. Oh, I think I should change the style, or at least it should be blue. Now I'm not sure if you guys have, you can see color, you will obviously see color in your slides, so let's just change it. Okay, now we're going to change everything to format it a little bit to make it look like it should. Okay, first of all, they want you to change the date. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to say format cells. The date they are using is obviously an American format, but you do have that. If you just click on US English, you just scroll up all the way and then you will see there's English United States, and you will be able to find the format that they are looking for. So don't despair. It is there. Okay, so they want this one. So the one that says 3/14/2012. So we will just click on that one, and obviously you can find it there. Sometimes I'm just using the one that I think is the most descriptive. Why don't I like the United States way? Because often I don't know, is the 9 the month or is the 2 the month? Okay, so those of you who are very clued up to this kind of thing, you will probably know instantly. Alrighty, now we are going to format our amounts. Okay, it looks like they want us to use the floating dollar. Okay, now the floating dollar, all that means is it's the currency. Okay, so I'm selecting the first row, which is B4 to H4. I hold in control and then I'm selecting the last one, which is also an amount row. The first one in expenses, the last one in expenses, and I'm also selecting my operating income. Okay, so in total I've now selected 5. All right, so we are going to go, if you want to, you can also use another way. Otherwise you could have said currency over here, but let me go and say format cells. They want us to change it to currency, and they want negative values to actually display with parentheses, but we are just choosing the red one over here to set 2 decimal places. So if a value is negative, it will display in red. Okay, so now you see the floating dollar is actually typed next to the number, whereas the accounting one would have been at the end of the cell, in the beginning actually. Now we are just selecting the middle part, so I'm holding control and I'm selecting all the content in the middle, and that is always just comma style. I don't think I've ever seen anything that is not comma style for the content in the middle. All right. Okay, they want us to change the title. Right, let's go to the title. Okay, and we are changing A1. Say click column A1 heading to select a column. Okay, this is the column A1 heading. Then make all of that bold. So you'll just say bold. And it will go on until, the whole column A is now bold, even up until 30,000 rows. So if you only wanted 25 rows bold, you could have selected it like that, but it would have taken too long. Okay, so we're going to go to A1 and we're changing the font size to 36. And A2 to 18. Now we're selecting A1 to I2, all the way there. And we are going to fill the color with a dark green accent 3. So let's look green. Green accent 3. The one that I'm looking for, I wonder if something, we probably were supposed to change the style in the beginning. Let's just quickly have a look at the style, the themes that we chose. We never chose a theme. Okay, so it might be, the color might not be there because of the theme. So I'm going to have to go back and see which theme did they choose. Doesn't look like they're mentioning the theme over here. Alright, so let me turn back a little bit and see if I can see which theme. Oh, here we go. Apply theme. They don't say which theme. we are just doing that. Prediction. Oh, slice theme. Okay. Oh, right, here we go. Let's look for the slice. Okay, so first choose slice, otherwise you won't find the right colors. Okay, so once again I'm selecting A1 to A1 to I2. Now I will find my color. Yes. Okay, so once again we are looking for the color, which is dark green accent 3. Dark green accent 3. There we go. With A1 and I2 selected, change the font color to white. So we're changing it to white. Right. Select and arrange A3 to I3. A3 to I3. And then apply heading style 2. There we go. Select the range A6 to H6. A6 to H6. And also A14. So hold in control and select that one. As you can tell, we are now doing total rows. Okay, all the total rows, and we are changing them to total style. Okay. Select A4 or click the full color button. Okay, select A4. Okay, and we are changing the full color, which is this paint bucket. We are going to choose the exact same color, the greenish color for that one. And we're going to change the font to be white. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to do the same, I think, for a couple of others. Now that you changed one cell, you don't need to go and do every single one. You can just click on Format Painted and it will copy the formatting. Okay, so we changed it to this greenish, bluish color with white font. So I'm in the cell already. Now I'm clicking Format Painter and I'm also going to click in Gross Margin. And as you can see, it will change it to that as well. And then they want me to do the same for the operating income line. Okay, so I'm going to click on Format Painted again, and then I'm selecting the whole operating income line. As you can see, it took away my dollar signs. So once again, I'm just going to insert my dollar signs. So just make sure that you do that too. And then again, we are going to do it once here at the bottom with our assumptions. I'm just going to do it the long way. Make it blue, change it to white, and they want us to change the font to 8. It's quite small. Yo, really? Okay, but we're doing what they tell us to do, and they want us to make the what if assumptions italic. Oh, bless you. And underline it as well. So everything is starting to look a little bit better. Alright, so we've formatted our spreadsheet very nicely. Now we are going to add a clustered column chart. I'm thinking I'm going to do that in the next video, otherwise this one will come too long. So this one will continue shortly.